Hello, everyone. I'm Colleen, and I'm back for another live stream brought to you, of course, by Princess Dental Staffing. So happy that everyone could be here with me today. And if you are a returning watcher, so glad that that you came back and that you're here with me today. And welcome back. And if you're brand new to these live streams, welcome. We absolutely encourage you to comment on these videos and to ask any questions or share any thoughts or insights that you have on any of the topics that we're discussing during these live streams. And if you are brand new to these live streams, we do these live streams every Wednesday at noon on Mountain Standard Time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, and 11 a.m. Pacific time. Okay, so again, comment if you have any questions or thoughts or insights on any of the information that we're talking about today. And if you like this the content that we're covering, be sure to drop us a like. And if you don't want to miss any of these future streams, be sure to follow us or subscribe to our channel. Okay, so today I'm just gonna jump into today's topic, and today we're covering 5 tips for landing that dental temp position. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about dental temporary positions, and I'm going to be giving you some tips on how you can land those positions. Okay, so first let's start off by talking about temp positions and just the job search in general. So the job hunting process is it's just taxing, right? It's a very difficult process, and it takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of time, effort, and energy to find those positions that you are interested in applying for, and to find to read through those job postings, to tailor your resume, to tailor your cover letter, and then play the waiting game. Maybe you get an interview and then play the waiting game again, and it's just very, very taxing. So we've all been there, right? We've definitely all been in that same situation. So it's definitely very taxing. But one option that can actually not only help you in your career, but can also help you help with that job hunting process is to consider temporary positions. And if you're going to consider a temporary position, temporary staffing agencies are a great option, especially Princess Dental Staffing, who is, of course, sponsoring this live stream. So their website is princessdentalstaffing.com. It's very easy to use. It's very easy to create create a profile and to search for different positions. And they also have a short video that lets you know how the process works and how you can start applying for jobs right away. So, and it is free. So, definitely be sure to check that out if you're interested in any temporary positions. They also have permanent positions available as well. But today we're talking about temp positions. So we're going to be talking about that today. Okay. So temp agency is a great option to kind of help you start in your career and kind of get you that experience that you need, especially if you're just starting out in your career, like you just graduated from whatever training program that you chose for whatever position in the dental industry that you chose. And temp agencies can be a really great option. So first and foremost, temp agencies are a great way, like I said, to get that experience, right? So in the dental industry, it is quite competitive. So temp positions can be a really great option to kind of get some of that experience and get some of that experience under your belt. Temp positions are also a great option for learning where you kind of want to go, like kind of learning how you want your career to progress. Like, for example, if you just graduated from a training program, maybe you want to go into general dentistry, or maybe you want to try orthodontics or periodontics or something like that, right? So, the best way to learn what those different sorts of work environments are is to work in them, right? To get experience in them. So it can really help you kind of decide how you want your career to progress. And lastly, temp positions are really great for networking opportunities, right? So if you're on the job hunt and you're eventually going to want to find something a little bit more permanent, Networking is a great option. It's a great way to kind of get your foot in the door and to make those connections and those business relationships and learn about different positions and try and get recommendations from different people that you've worked with previously. So temporary positions, great options for all of those different reasons. Okay. So I'm sorry, real quick, I'm just having some technical difficulties. I'm not sure if my chat is on. I hope it is. Sorry, one moment. Well, I think it is on, so I'll just keep going. So those are the reasons why temp positions are great options. So let's talk about those tips for landing that temporary dental position. So tip number one, treat it like an interview for a permanent position. So one of the biggest mistakes that applicants can make when they are interviewing for a temporary position is they kind of have sort of a slacker kind of attitude, kind of lackadaisical, like this position isn't really a real position or anything like that. So any position that pays you and that can get you or that can get you experience is definitely a real position. So treat the interview as if the interview was for a permanent position. Make sure that you dress nicely, that you show up early. My rule of thumb is 15 minutes early. And make sure you bring a copy of your resume and all those different sorts of things. Okay, so make sure that you're treating it like a position, like as if you're interviewing for a permanent position. Okay, it shows potential employers that you're serious about your career and you're serious about getting that experience. Okay, so tip number two: conduct proper interview preparation. Again, this goes back to treating this interview as if it was for a permanent position. So make sure that you're doing your research on, the company that you're interviewing with and, looking up all the information so that you can ask questions in the interview. It really helps build those, those business relationships and those professional relationships, helps you to network, and it helps show potential employers that you are very serious about this position and that you're interested in it and that you're serious about getting hired for it. Okay. So number three, be clear about your availability. So temp positions, sometimes they're kind of full-time for a little while and sometimes they're kind of part-time. So make sure when you're speaking with the potential employer that you are, that you're very, very clear about what your availability is. Sometimes if you are looking for a permanent position, you have like another maybe part-time or full-time position, to kind of bring that money in on a steady basis. And so your time is kind of limited. So make sure that you're very, very clear with your potential new employers and the people interviewing you regarding your availability and how many hours you can actually dedicate to this position. Okay. Number four, don't be afraid to follow up. So last Wednesday, we did a video on interview follow-ups and how to follow up correctly. Okay. And in it, we talked about, if you follow up after an interview, okay, it shows potential employers that you are still interested, okay? And the same goes for recruiters at a temp agency. When you follow up with them, it shows them that you are still interested, that you're still looking, and that you're still serious about this dental career, okay? So don't be afraid to follow up. Number five, last but definitely not least, make sure that you are available to move quickly. When it comes to temporary positions, these temporary positions are normally filling in for someone who is out sick or maybe on maternity or paternity leave. Or, normally temp positions, they tend to come about because dental offices need somebody quickly. Okay. They need somebody to fill in ASAP. So make sure that you're ready to move quickly and be available to these potential employers. Again, it's a temp position, but it is definitely, something that will give you, get you a paycheck and get you experience. And so it's definitely worth it. So definitely treat these interviews and this whole application process as if it's worth it, because it is worth it. It's something else you can put on your resume. It's another paycheck. It's experience. It's networking. It's a lot of different things. So it's definitely worthwhile and definitely something that you may want to check out. Okay. So let me go over some of the FAQs, some of the frequently asked questions when it comes to, dental positions, dental temp positions, and all those sorts of things. So question number one, is it hard to find a dental hygienist position? Oh, sorry. Is it hard to find a job as a dental hygienist? So it is very, very competitive for when it comes to dental hygienists. So Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that in terms of the career and the position, it has an 11% expected rate of increase over from now through 2028. So BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, of course. And if you want to look up any more information, bls.gov. It's a great, great resource when you are job hunting. But like I said, 11% expected increase, which is actually over twice the average rate being 5%. So it's over twice that. So it's a really, really great job outlook. But it really is going to depend. It's also going to depend on such items as your location. So if you're located around a lot of different schools that offer a dental hygienist degree, the competition might be a little bit more fierce. So and competitive. So really just kind of depends on where you are and a lot of different other factors. Okay. So FAQ number 2, how do I get dental experience? Again, you can get a temporary position through a temporary staffing agency such as Princess Dental Staffing. Again, princessdentalstaffing.com is their website if you want to go check it out. You can also do internships. A lot of schools offer some internship opportunities. Volunteering is also another great opportunity to get some experience under your belt. Some universities and training programs offer summer research programs, okay? And shadowing. Shadowing is another really great way to get some experience under your belt because, shadowing is, so if you're not sure what shadowing is basically following around someone else and kind of having them explain to you what they're doing and why, and so you can kind of get a really good idea of the daily duties and all those sorts of things, okay? So shadowing, another great opportunity, okay? How do I become a dental assistant with no experience? Again, internships, temp positions, volunteering, and all those different shadowing and all those different items. Great way to get some experience. And make sure you watch some of our previous videos on how to write your resumes, tips on how to write your resume, and tips on how to write your cover letters, and all that kind of stuff. So, something else that can make you a more attractive candidate and keep you competitive in this competitive job market is making sure that your resume and your cover letter are optimized, okay? So be sure to check out our previous videos on that, okay? Is it easy to become a dental assistant? So we've done some previous videos on dental assisting where I've gone into a little bit more depth on dental assisting. So be sure to check those out on our pages. But just kind of a brief overview, schooling can be anywhere from 10 weeks to 2 years. It really just depends on the programs that the program that is best for you, and also state requirements as well. So state requirements can also have some bearing on the length of the training program for dental assisting. Okay, and BLS.gov also shows that dental assisting's job outlook is 11% as well, which is also very, very good. So, and there aren't any specific requirements for dental assisting programs, but some of your dental assisting programs might require certain prerequisites or that you meet certain criteria or things of that nature. So it's, the schooling, as far as schooling, that's definitely something that is attainable for most people. But when we talk about actually getting a position as a dental assistant, again, very competitive and very fierce. So make sure that your resume and your cover letter are optimized. Make sure that you are doing everything you can to get that experience and kind of beef up that your background and your expertise and your skills and all those sorts of things. And those are definitely some ways that can help you to become a dental assistant. Okay. And last frequently asked question is moving from temp to full-time. So how can we move from temporary to full-time? So some temporary positions that you work in can actually have the opportunity to become a full-time position, which is another reason why you want to take the application process seriously for temporary positions, right? So again, you're building that network, you're building that rapport, and you are fitting in with the team. And if your current employer sees that, they may have an opportunity for a full-time position. Okay, so make sure that you're taking that seriously. Make sure that you collaborate with your team members in your temporary position. Again, building those relationships and fitting in with the team and with the office culture. Okay. Make sure that you ask for feedback. So asking for feedback from your, supervisors is a great way to show them to illustrate to them that you do want to do a good job and that you do want to support the office in its endeavors. Okay. And make sure you let them know that you're open to full-time. So sometimes some employees, they like temporary positions, right? They like to do temp after temp after temp. It gives them a lot of variety. Okay. So your current employer may not know that you're open to a full-time position. They definitely, a lot of them don't want to assume that. Okay. So make sure that you're open with your supervisor and with your management about getting a full-time position. Okay. Definitely helpful, just so that they're aware, just so that they know, and they keep you in mind the next time they have a full-time position. Okay, so that will do it for me today, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching this video. I'm not sure if I'm having some problems with my chat. So if your chats came in and I did not see them, I sincerely apologize, but I will definitely get back to them and I will answer them as soon as I am able to. But definitely keep those questions and those comments coming in, and we'll get to them and very quickly. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. And if you weren't able to tune in when this was live, I'm so glad that you got to watch this later. Have a great, great week, everyone, and a great weekend. And I will see you next week with another topic. Have a great one. See you later. Bye.